Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to more Blood Omen, the Legacy of Kain. Now, when we were last together, we made our way to the Pillars of Nosgoth, where we discovered that the only release for our curse of vampirism is to restore the balance that has been lost in the 9 pillars. So we have to go and find the guardians of the 9 pillars and take each one of their artifacts to restore the pillar. Now, we traveled off from the pillars, and we came across this cave that has this kind of wolf-looking mural here on the floor, because in here we are going to find the power to transform. So let's head inside and find the Werewolf Transformation. Oh, that was quick and easy.
My lupine form enables me to move like lightning and leap over obstacles barring my path. But the guise of the wolf brings with it its own kind of hunger and rage.
Yes, now it's time for me to try to remember how to transform. Alright, there's a look at our map. There we go. So right there in the middle is Kain's vampiric form. That's our base form. Up here, if I can activate it. Alright, we can't activate the bat form, but to the right is our werewolf form. And when we transform, we change. We're faster. We're even stronger. We attack with our claws, and we can jump. But I didn't jump. Instead, I transformed back. There we go. Jumping like that will allow us to avoid some obstacles and reach areas that we couldn't before. And thankfully, we can still feed in werewolf form. Werewolf form is only, I think werewolf form only lasts so long, so we don't want to spend too much time screwing around. There we go. Now that should have opened the door back to where we came. Now, yeah, we're much faster, but that means I'm more prone to walking into obstacles. It's also a little harder, at least for me at any rate, to hit some of these enemies. We'll take that. Alright, we are outside. Unfortunately, though, the fire still burns. The water still burns. But in werewolf form, we can jump across the water. But what we really want to do is jump up. Collect these items and start going up. There we go. There were some platforms back the way we came for us to jump over, and hopefully I'll remember to go check those back out. Oh, this guy's messing us up. Careful now. That should be everything. Alright, time to teleport. Oh, and look, we're back at the beginning. It's actually a good place to be. Hello, dog friend. You're not a friend, are you? Looks like there's something over there. Have to see if we can find our way around to it. Nachhon. Oh, that beacon. So now we can fly here anytime we like. What do we have over here? Ooh, new equipment. Let's change back to Kain.
One must be wary in dealing with the spirit forges. The wraiths and shades that inhabit them offer items beyond mortal dreams in exchange for a sampling of your blood. The wraithsmiths forge their items with forfeit souls.
Alright, so this is a spirit forge. We can come here and give up some of our health to get more items. That's not always the case, though. I'm pretty sure there's also cases where we'll...
blood for me, and these artifacts will be yours.
Well, you heard the voice.
So, you come to the Spirit Forge for help, do you, vampire? Trade your secrets for the blood of the dead, I will.
Alright, let's sacrifice some of our life to get 10 more glaives. Not glaives. Glaives are later. But now we are very low on health. We could always teleport back. Why don't we do that? There we go. We got a bit of our health restored. And since we now have both the werewolf and the bat form, we can get around much quicker, including getting some items that we could not get before. So, let's take werewolf form. And now, we should be able to jump, that's right. Jump over the fences and grab these items. Well, I can't read that. Maybe we'll be able to read these later. Oh, and there's the other side of the mausoleum. Dead one come up and say hello. You're still alive? I thought we ate you. Now, there are additional mausoleums to explore back here, aren't there? Careful. Let's go take a look at one of these extra mausoleums. Ooh, what do we have here? We teleported to a new area.
The Pentalich of Tarot.
Yes, when we use one of these, a item will randomly be used in place of one of the cards. So it could be anything possible that we have. I think it might also include the items we don't have yet. Alright, so now we're going to take that form and fly away. There we go. We're going to fly to that beacon over there. That's the one right by the Spirit Forge. And we're probably going to have to take Werewolf Form again real soon. Too bad we can't feed on the puppies. Ran out of magic. Generally speaking, I prefer being in vampire form. Werewolf form has its advantages, but I prefer the precision and control of vampire mode, as well as the spell casting and item use. Feeding was interrupted. We will not stand for that. Alright, any goodies back here? We have another mausoleum to explore. Save point. Thank you very much. So what, oh what, is there to find in here? Oop. This looks like we're going to get another spell. You guys with your extended swords. Let's shed a little light on this situation. We got some enemies up here throwing magic missiles at us. Can't do anything about them right now. But
The energy bolt employs magical force in its rawest form. A messy spell, but a potent one nonetheless.
you heard them, raw bolts of magical energy. That sure sounds like magic missile to me. This is one of Kain's offensive spells. Let's see if we can find some enemies to use it on. Like you. I don't know what kind of creatures those are, but I'm pretty sure we can't eat them. Alright, I hear people calling for help. That means there's dinner nearby. Oh, I know what to do. Gotta blast that switch, and off we go. Hoping to get him before he realized. There we go. Expecting at least one more. Nope. Be careful, you can't hit those chained people and end up missing out on a meal. I guess there's still something I'm missing. There we go. Nope, he's too high for us to hit. Oh, I got myself in a bad spot. We're out of magic. We did increase our health bar. Thank you. You're just gonna be stuck up there. Alright, quick, let's get out of here. Might as well save again. Now, I'll probably edit out those long loading times in the editing process. So that means those of you watching live on the stream get the most authentic Legacy of Kain experience.
Bay Victor!
Because we need to recover. Alright, there it is. Nachholm. Yep, we're going the right way. Sorry, dogs. Dogs and balls. Other puppies. And over here we have...
The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us.
Alright, this is one of the special blood fountains. We actually get powers from drinking from these. So let's transform back. Let's drink.
Your strength has increased, for our blood enhances.
Now that means we are stronger, so we'll be able to move heavier objects. And there were some heavier boulders back the way we came, but we'll save moving those for another time. Ooh, what do we have here? I can make out some sort of door over that way.
The village of Nachtholm was typical of Nosgoth peasantry. Yet amidst the farmers and smithies of the quiet country life prowled brigands and cut-purses.
Yeah, we wouldn't have even been able to get across if we didn't get our strength boost. Alright, let's take vampire form so we won't scare everybody so much. Ye Town Tavern. Alright. Anybody got anything to say? You're going to try to slap me, really? Damn fools. Oh, one thing we can do... So we can jump. Yep, we can jump over the bars. Open up those treasure chests. I'm gonna take all your stuff. Alright, back to vampire shape. Ye Lionhead Pub. I'm mostly avoiding killing people, so in case I need food later, we can come back. And we are going to get some interesting spells and abilities later in the game, and having people alive to use them on could be useful. Yes, in the stream they're mentioning to me that you're eventually going to get the power to disguise yourself, and you'll be able to talk to people. So that sounds like another reason to try to keep some of these fools alive. Alright, Alright, Knockholm Armory. Although sadly, I don't think we're going to be buying very much. Anything behind it? Ooh. A symbol on the floor like that usually means goodies. I have a feeling there's something I should be able to do here. Well, maybe it was just 2 treasure chests. Steinkroll. Steinkroll? I don't know. Well, let's not go up north yet. Let's go east across this bridge. King's Tavern.
Of all the methods I employ, this is perhaps the cruelest. Causing my victim's body to shrink on itself, crushing bones and rupturing organs till the pressure inside bursts the sack of fleshy skin, spraying its contents for all to see.
Yes, a kind of implosion power. It sounds gruesome because it is. Alright, we're just gonna let these sleeping dogs lie. We could use a little health, but I don't think we need it that badly. Well, you come at me with a shovel, you get eaten. It's a very simple rule. I think it's one that we can all follow and respect. Doesn't look like we can get them there. And it may have been worthwhile to come over this way. Ow. Nothing back there. But up here, we have a platform that we have to turn into a wolf to jump. Come on, wolf. Reason you don't feel like jumping? There we go. Now, if I remember correctly, this is a moon gate, and these only open at certain times. Unfortunately, it's not one of those times. I think it's whenever the moon is full. So when the moon is full, we're going to have to come back here and check that out. Alright, well, I think we're just about over the half-hour mark. So the next time I find a place to save, I think we're going to call it a day. cave back from where I came, it's probably a good spot. Just push these out of the way.
The town of Stention Crow bore with it the infamous aroma of its inhabitants. In life, I would not have graced the place with my presence. In death, I merely added to the stench.
So they literally call it Stench and Crow because it stinks. Well, sometimes some naming conventions are just direct.
The blood of ages flows so sweet. Come, drink from us.
All right. Now, what kind of goodies are you going to offer me this time?
The rain will do you no harm, for our blood preserves.
All right, excellent. So, now when it rains, we will not take extra damage. Alright, now, yeah, got this big old boulder over here. Can't move it yet, but eventually we will. How many times do I have to hit you? Apparently a lot. Okay, little rock.
Brave Victor!
Come on, Kain. Okay, let's see what these two sons have to say. Alright, that way to the stinky place. Dasserbund? Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee you I'm not pronouncing that right. Alright, I think this is just a larder full of people to eat and items to take. These big demon statues in our way. We'll have a way to get past them eventually. Oh, hello. Alright, let's see over this way. There we go. That's something worthwhile. Alright, so we found our beacon. I think what we'll do is teleport back to Kain's sanctuary, get a little bit of health, save the game, and call it an episode. Just try to avoid everybody if we can. And maybe since we're back over here, we'll go move some of those big rocks we couldn't before. But that will wait for another episode. Alrighty, so here's a save point. I'll save, and I will see you all in the next episode.